Okay, I'm getting this done quick because it's not much in this show. Not much at all. I gotta say this. I'm pissed off still. If you see my down under review of Impact Wrestling in New South Wales, Australia, you know I am not happy what happened. I legitimately, while watching the video, seeing the camera sway all over the place, got motion sick. Legitimately. I rarely ever get motion sick. The only time I ever did is when I was very young. I was on a bus traveling somewhere and I didn't eat any food at all early in the morning. That is the only way I ever got motion sick. This legitimately got me motion sick. And I understand, I've had nasal problems for weeks now. The air quality in New York was really bad, nearing 200. So, air wasn't good because of the fire in Canada, which I still don't blame them. The Canadians, it's not their fault. The pollen count in my area has not been great either. It's been moderate to high. This pissed me off. So going into this, I was not really fond of it because I was angry already. I was already angry. But when I looked at this didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was the beginning of the Civil War. That's all that mattered to them. Look, I'm barely going to go through this. I'm going to go through it quickly. Opening. What do we get with the tag champions going against Pretty Deadly? Honestly, they could have skipped this and done this on Raw. Honestly. There was no reason to put them on SmackDown. They won their match and you just could have left it for Raw. Honestly. It didn't matter. Then, let's make this clear. Bayley versus Chelsea Blackheart. Understand, they were supposed to have a match this week. Monday. Vince got rid of it. He didn't want it on Raw. So it got here. I knew that Bayley was going to win. The crowd was messing with Bayley, which I'm not surprised. Many people want to see Bayley as Bayley. So, Bayley won. Chelsea did not. And here's where it gets interesting. After the match was over, Chelsea got her ass kicked because she went in the face of both Io and Bayley and got her hair cut off. She got a chunk of her hair just cut off by Bayley. I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's just what they did. Grayson Waller effect. Now, I know people are going to say, dude, Grayson is injured. No, there has been no report of him being injured. It's been rumored that he's injured. I don't believe he's injured. I believe that Vince ordered him to stay on Grayson Waller effect, no matches, unless it comes out some article that says Grayson Waller has a knee injury or a back injury or he's had some type of concussion. If there's nothing but a rumor, there's been no report of him being injured, Vince did that. Vince ordered him to do that because he's not wrestled once. Until I see a report of him being injured, this is bullshit. It's garbage. I can't believe they're doing this to Grayson Waller. Now, like I said, if it comes out legitimately that he is injured, fine. I'm wrong. But I don't believe it. And then we get the Logan Paul segment. Do I believe it was done well? Not really. It wasn't done that well. But what was done well was LA Knight. Yeah! My boy, the former Eli Drake. Let me talk to you. Understand that when it comes to Eli Drake, I've always been the greatest worker that's ever existed in pro wrestling. Yeah, I've been doing that since I first saw him in 2013. And he'd already been in the business for over a decade at that time. I thought it was maybe 8 or 9 years. He already been there for a decade. And I will say this. The Logan Paul, well, basically he told off Logan. And Logan said, you know what? You should be glad I'm talking to you after having a 2-decade run. And they wanted to make you a rep, not ref, but pretty much being a manager is almost being bad as a ref. Bad as a ref. You literally got nothing to do. You should be glad I'm talking to you. But here's the problem. Santos Escobar comes out. And then Pete Dunne, the Butch come out. A fight happens. No tag match. triple threat, and Logan Paul stays at ringside. They don't want to hurt their moneymaker. Let's make this clear. Do I believe Logan Paul may win Money in the Bank? Yeah. If it's not going to be Damian Priest, which I don't believe it would be. I'm sorry, I don't believe Damian's going to win it. I just don't. If it's not LA Knight, it's going to be Logan. Because they've already reported that Vince has been pitching multiple times, I want Logan Paul to win. I want him to have Money in the Bank. Yes, we did see Pete Dunne after the match was over go and grab the briefcase, but that don't mean shit. It don't mean nothing. It don't. It don't. In fact, I do believe that Logan may win. Do I want him to win? No. I'm just saying. Now, let's make this very clear. Charlotte versus Asuka. And Bianca at not ringside. She's basically got a ticket and she's sitting amongst the crowd. Did I believe that was going to end clean? No. Did I believe that something was going to happen with Bianca there? Yes. Now what do I believe? I believe, if I'm right, SummerSlam, Bianca, Asuka, Charlotte, that's what you're going to get. Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte going up against each other. That's what we're getting. Period. If I'm wrong, fine. If they're stupid enough to do it on a Raw, saying this match will be a triple threat, that's them. That's Vince. Stupid, but that wouldn't be I wouldn't believe anything different from Vince. Now, final thing I'm going to talk about is the Civil War itself. Did I like the segment? Seeing that Roman's trying to get them to come back, basically saying, prostrate yourself in front of me and acknowledge me, I'll let you back. And they say, no, we don't want to be the part of the bloodline or be a tribal chief. Jay didn't want to be tribal chief. Jimmy doesn't want to be tribal chief. But they did say, we see the true one that's the tribal chief. And he's in the ring right now, even though he said nothing. And they're pointing at Solo and everyone is cheering. I was wondering why they kept zooming in on Solo. They wanted to make it apparent that something's going on. And it pissed off Roman. And in the end, Jay shoves Roman's face in. And Jimmy super kicks it. And then they have to fight that breaks out. And that's leading for the Civil War. I'm going to say this right now. Was this a good show? No. It was a throwaway SmackDown. It was. Nothing really got done. The tag champs had nothing to do. They just had a match. Chelsea finally got her match. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. She was never going to win anyway. Bayley was going to be a part of it. I was not surprised that the match between Asuka and Charlotte ended the way it did. It got DQ'd. Interfered with. But they said it's thrown out when it should be a DQ. It's been thrown out. That's not the way it works. When one who's outside and interferes with another, usually that's considered on the other person. So, pretty much, Asuka got her clock cleaned by Bianca due to the fact of Charlotte kicking a... Be calm. Charlotte should have lost. Flat out. She should have lost. But now they're saying it's a throw out. And then we have to fight. That's all we got. And I don't really care. I don't know how Money in the Bank is going to be. Particularly that you're literally going to have, at the main event, Dominic versus Cody. Really? You're going to have Dominic versus Cody in the main event. I'm just doing this slightly. This sounds like crap. I don't believe it's going to work. Now, will they have a good match? Of course. But will it work to help Cody or Dom? Nope. But that's just me. Peace. I'm done. Bye. You will see me at Money in the Bank. It'll come out at 3. Unless I forget, you will be seeing it. At the end of the day, if I have to see a replay, I will see it. Peace.